Hey guys, welcome back to the garage. Check this out. 1957 Ford Fairlane, one of my favorite Fords of all time. It comes down to that, the 57 and the 1940 Ford Coupe Deluxe. I think those are two of the best looking Fords, in my opinion, that Detroit ever put out, and then AMT recreated in scale for us. I'm going to do, mainly this was for box art comparison, but I want to focus on these two down here because these are really cool, and there's something about the box art that I thought was a little bit interesting. To me, it's interesting anyway. So I want to mainly focus on these two kits here with this old box art on here. We'll come back to these in just a little bit. So I'm going to move them out of the way. And we'll look at these two old kits here first. And we're going to start with this one. All right, 1957 Ford AMT, two-door hardtop with engine. It's a 3-in-1 kit, stylized, custom, or stock. 1/25th scale, and shows three of the versions right there: the custom, the stylized, and the stock version over here on the end, with the 312 Thunderbird V8 engine. Okay. Now the interesting thing about this, at first glance, and I'm just going to go around the box here because I think this is really neat. Look at that old use AMT lacquer, and it says candy color on it. That's pretty neat. AMT even had their own paint back then. And check this out, guys. Look at that. $1.97. $1.97. Now, according to ScaleMates, I looked this up, and everything I can find so far, and even on the instruction sheet, we'll show in a little bit here. This kit was originally released in 1963, and this is a 1963 example kit right here. $1.97. My, how times have changed, huh? And this was a trophy series. And I know there was a Craftsman series back then too, and I believe the Craftsman series, well, I know for sure, usually didn't have an opening hood and there was no engine. And it seemed to me the interior pan was just a little bit more shallow than what these would be. So I don't know if if this was like the step up. I don't know that part. I could assume you have the Craftsman and the trophy. I don't know if that just meant the 3-in-1. So that's hard to say, but these two boxes really appear the same. I mean, if you look here, now this has got a little more wear on the sides here, but if you look, give $5 for that at a swap meet years ago. That's probably 25 years ago I got this one. But virtually the box art looks the same, but there's one little difference on it. I'll get it back up here so you can see it. One little difference on it, because this was a 63 kit, this was 1965, and on ScaleMates it showed it was branded as a new box. But looking side by side, we're like, well, what's the difference? Check this out. See right here, white walls included. All right, look at this one, it's not there. So they labeled it as a different box art, or a new box. So I don't know if this one, if they just eliminated it just to eliminate it, or if it didn't have separate white walls. And we're going to show that in this box here in a minute, because this kit in here, this was already built. And I'll go ahead and show you that right now. This was already built, and it needs restored, and that's the plan in the future. But I mean, but you can see inside there, that's like some old style styling stuff. That's just cool. It opens, of course, the engine's out. It's right here. There's the engine. The old 312 T-Bird engine. And again, just a box of parts and a Roadrunner dash or something. Well, don't know what that's in there for, but it is. So this needs restored. It's been a plan for a long time. I've just not got around to doing it, but it's in the stash. So I'm gonna put this lid back on this one. But I thought that was a neat thing about that box. how white wall is included and it's eliminated from the other box. So, but right now we're going to take a look at this one, and then I've got these other 3 kits that are newer releases, of which I have the most recent release, so far as I can tell, on the Fairlane, the most recent release, and that's the flashback down there, and I'll get that back here in a minute. So we're just going to look at this, and I'm going to compare it with that new one, because on ScaleMates it said the 57 Ford there from 2017 has new parts. So we're going to look and see if we can find any new parts in that. I've not really dug through the box that much. I opened it up and looked a little bit here and there, but not real close. So let's take this off. This is some cool stuff in here, because you're going to look. Right here it says, includes AMT body filler putty, display lights, front and rear styling parts, 4 bucket seats, plus stock and custom parts. So we're going to see how much of that stuff is still in there, if any at all. So check this out. We'll take the box lid off right there. Check out, look at this. And I have been in this box. This thing is 100% complete. Look at that. Look at that old instruction sheet. Box 400, Troy, Michigan, AMT Corp. But it's just, this is really cool to find something with this age still really in this good a shape and together. I see your basic assemblies continued there. Showing your wheel assembly. And here, look here, applying the white walls. Check that out. They were white wall stickers, basically. Showing your wheel to chassis assembly, steering to chassis. Underneath your rear differential and your drive shaft and axle. And there's your stock completion assemblies. And then it gets into your custom assemblies, like put little roof scoops on it here. It's spotlight mirrors, a little sunken arrow you could put in back there. Alter your headlight shape. You know, they got with, you probably go 2 or 4 headlights there. There's a trophy to build up. They even come with an easel. Shows you general instructions for restyling. So filling, sanding, painting, just all kinds. This is just cool stuff. They really went to the way they really wanted you to customize them, like they was customizing the real ones back in the day. So that's just, I found this just so interesting. Moderate stylizing, radical stylizing, totally different rear end there, totally different front. And then the back, finally, well, there's George Barris, look at there, Mr. Batmobile. Shows up with like decal options and stuff on it, and different wheels, and what's your chrome reverse, I assume, with the moons there, or sort of like a spinner cap, not really traditionally, I guess, but. And then look at this, AMT Corp. I don't know if you can see that. It says AMT Corp 1962. So those survived all these years. What is that? I believe it's 60 years. Yeah, 60 years. And check this out. Original decal sheet. Raving beauty. You can do it. I'll turn it right side up so we can read it. These, obviously, I would definitely not trust these today. This is more just of a collector's piece now. They'd probably fall apart as soon as they hit the water, and there's a piece missing there anyways. But that's just a neat example. Look at there. Shows you how to even show you on the back of the decal sheet where the decals would go. And they got spots here where you can design your own stuff. Really cool. And check this out. It's like a felt material. Yeah. Left front door panel. Now you might say, well, that looks like a right door, but everything's reversed. So when you cut that out, you got a panel for the left door and the right door. Right rear panel, left rear panel, all your bucket seats, and a center console there. And we see a little bit of example of that in the other kit there. So that still, look, one piece never cut. The adhesive's, the back's not been peeled off of it. And again, this kit here, I will probably never build. This is kind of a rarity for me to have something like this. So this is just going to be my conversation piece. A piece of history that's in a way untouched. The body, look at that body. Now, there is some warpage on that top. If I can get it turned around here for you. I'm going to get back where there's some warpage on the top there. So, and that feels like a nice sturdy plastic. It feels a little bit different than today's plastic. I'm sure there is differences in them somewhere, but look at that. And so far as I can see, lining them up with the newer kits, basically the same molds. They may have cleaned them up, but as far as I know, these are the same molds they're still using to put this kit out. So you can see some warpage there on the bottom. So like I said, I'll never build this kit. I'm sure it's just a cool conversation piece. The chrome tree, which is not flashy chrome. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's more like of a matte type finish. And I don't think that would have been any shinier back then. I just think that's how they did them. Another second chrome piece. Your whole differential was chrome plated. There's your little trophy car there. Spotlights, rear bumper, manifolds, custom steering wheel, baby moons. And then some pieces were bagged up, and check them out. There they are. There's the white walls. And I'm not going to drag all these parts out of the bag. But look, there's your white walls. They're still in there. Definitely not usable. I took a look at them a little bit closer, and you really wouldn't be able to use those now. Of course, now they're doing what? Pad printed everything, I think. But there's your hood. Leave your hood in there. Seat pieces, dash, both, all the glass. And really, I should have this glass wrapped up in tissue paper. So, a small slap on the wrist to me, but I'll get that done one of these days. Probably after this video. And then here's just another bag. Here's your styling. Let me take some of these out, since these are interesting parts. Here's your stylized back end. So you'd have to put on there and have to do all that filling, sanding and filling and everything, which that's what modeling's about, isn't it? And then there's a styled front end with your dual headlights per side. And then they've actually taken, somebody actually has taken these wheel covers off of the sprue. We got fender skirts, there's engine half, some other headlight options. Yeah, they got headlight options there. Your vent window glass, all your tires are in there. So like this kit it's like it's all there after all these years. There's your front splash pan. That's for your trophy. Checkered flags, air cleaner, heads, distributor. I mean, when I found this, I'm like, I gotta put that in the collection. And I'm not really a kit collector per se. I like to build what I buy, but something like this, I mean, you just don't. At least I've not found a lot of kits in this shape, complete like this old. I don't know, maybe I live in a bubble or a box or something, but anyway, I think it's cool. Stylized front end there. There's part of your easel. I did not see what this was, but it was in the instructions there. There's a console. So yeah, just some neat stuff. And check this out. Plastic body filler putty. Right, get back over here where you can see it. Plastic body filler putty. Still in there. Hard as a brick, but I'm not getting rid of it. It's staying in the box because it's original to the kit. AMT Corporation, Troy, Michigan. And then, of course, your taillight panels. And then probably for your... This had a supercharger option on it. So that's probably what that's for. But we'll just put these back in the bag. These were bagged up when I got it. So we'll put those back in. And I wanted to do a comparison too. I said I would do a little comparison. I'm going to show these other ones, and mainly just for the box art. There's something interesting about the chrome tree. So we're going to put that back to the side because I'm not quite done with it yet. These here, these were different as they evolved through the years. Now this one I believe is 2005, 2006. I think that's back. I think it's at 05. This was an 06 box art. And I think I remember hearing at one time, I think this box design was Walmart exclusive. I think Walmart branded these boxes like this, or AMT did for Walmart, however that went. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Interesting there. This is, I think, what did it say? 2006. This is 5, this is 6. So just another nostalgic series. It's a 2-in-1. So it wouldn't have all your custom parts that old kit has there. So we'll tuck these back out of the way. Now this is the most recent release. So I've got 2 examples here. Original release of this kit, and then this is the most recent. According to ScaleMates, I had just looked that up, and 2017 was this release here. And this box art was first released in 1968. So that's a 68 box art there. And they branded as a, this is a new box, and they branded that as new parts, I believe it was. But we're going to see this, and look at that, $1.97. Look at that, $29.99. Wow, things have changed, haven't they? So in this kit, cluttering up my bench here, that's got a separate chrome tree, but this is what I want. I'm not going to go through this whole box, but check this out. Let's lay this one up over the top of it. We see just about the same stuff, except look at that. So everything's the same. This fan has been removed. This is the 63. This is the 2017. Everything's the same except this tree, or this part of the tree, they've added it on a separate piece of sprue there. Added the baby moons and whatever. But check this out. Right here, suspension, no suspension here. You've got custom valve covers here, your regular valve covers on this one, and they've give you an extra set of wheels and a different air cleaner. So what they've done is, on this, they just put this suspension on a regular tree. So it's a non-chromed front suspension. Just thought that was interesting. Whether they changed things up over the years, I guess. No, keep it fresh. And of course, these have the pad printed white walls, so no stickers to worry about. And then they give you an extra set, some blue line Goodyears there. So anyhow, just thought that was some interesting things on this kit. Just kind of wanted to show that. And so we'll put this lid on here. We'll kind of set this up here like that. So that's my some of my favorite. Oh, and before I go, this video's running a little long. You're probably tired of hearing me yak, but my favorite 57 Ford model that I've got is this one that I'm going to show you here real fast. 57 Country Squire. Now, to my knowledge, Revell only released this one time, and it was actually listed under a couple names in a couple different boxes, but this actually has on the frame Revell 1957. Multi-piece body. I started this a long time ago. Actually, I found it in an auction. It was just in a box of stuff. I didn't even know the thing was in there. And it almost hit the trash till I seen the side panel, realized what it was, and saved it out. Now, the purist might cringe because I've got some modern parts in it. I've got the engine out of one of these newer 57 Ford kits. I've got I think the wheel, the tires actually are off of out of the 61 Ford Starliner. But I'm having trouble locating parts like the tailgate, the back glass, frame. But this is on the restore list one of these days. I've got it this far in it, and I haven't worked on this for a long time. So, but that's kind of a neat old piece of history there, being it's only released one time. As far as I know, now they have the Del Rio Ranch wagon, but not the Country Squire. I know you can get it in resin, I believe, but as far as in kit formed release, I don't ever believe it was re-released as that. So, but anyway, that's enough of me talking. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is one of my favorite topics. I like the 57 Fords. I think they were, like I said at the beginning, some of the nicest looking Fords that come out of Detroit. So with that, hope you enjoy the video. Thanks for stopping back in. If you made it this far, thank you. Like the video. If you liked it, hit the like button. Subscribe. Let's get this channel going and see where we take it. And we'll just go from there. So with that, this is Eric from Eric's Model Garage saying I'm gone. Have a great day. God bless you richly. And happy modeling.